Hello everybody and welcome back to the Mission Boards channel. I appreciate you watching. Mission Boards is a nonprofit organization where we do woodworking and sell our products, and we do that to earn money that we can use for our mission efforts in Guatemala. And so that's what we're all about. This channel is about that and just about life out in the country here too. But happy that you're watching, and I'll try to share some interesting things with you. What I wanted to do today was to talk a little bit more about this, which is my drill station that I've been working on. And I made a couple videos about this in the past, and I just wanted to show you what the completed station looks like and how it actually works, and let you know what I think about it, what I like, and if I find anything I don't like, I'll tell you about that as well. So let's take a look at it up close here. Turn the camera around. All right, so this is the completed drill station. I hope you can see all that. But it has a bench, and I've been able to take the bench and install in it the old Ryobi drill press. And then I have two of these Weber magnetic drills. And so they have a magnetic base. They're sitting on a big piece of angle iron. And then I recently built a shelf above it because I just never have enough storage here. And I also built a shelf underneath to give me a little extra room, and there's some space on the floor as well. So what I like about this is that conventional drill presses have a table that moves up and down, and the drill head itself stays stationary. And I never think that works very well on the woodworking side of things. What I really want as a woodworker is a big table or bench that doesn't move, and then drill heads that can go up and down from there. And so that's why I decided to try these magnetic drills and see how well they might work in this kind of an application. And so I want drills where I just put one bit in, and we're going to use that bit for the same thing over and over again. And I can set up jigs that work with that bit. So like in this drill station right here, I have a 1/2-inch Forstner bit installed. And then I have a jig that centers the handles. This is all about making handles and drilling them for our pizza peels. So we can always insert the handle. It'll always be centered. And because of this jig, the hole will always be centered on the jig. And so that's very helpful to us. It takes out a lot of the guesswork from trying to do this and do it well. Somebody had commented on the last video that I made about the potential problem with magnetic drills might be that they move too slowly. I know a lot of drills on the side of metalworking turn a lot slower. You got to have slower speeds to drill metal and higher speeds for wood. The thing I like about this particular model is that it has a electronic variable speed in it. So I can adjust it. And I'll just tell you up front that so far it seems to be working really well. And I can get the kind of speeds I need to drill wood well. And this particular model also has forward and reverse. See if I can get you a good shot of that. But it has forward and reverse switch, so it can either turn to the left or turn to the right. So it's pretty simple to operate. Just turn on the magnet. It won't start without the magnet being on, and then hit the on button. And you can hear the speed changing very fast. So I like it so far. And I have two of these. My goal someday, if I continue to like it, is I'll get more, and maybe someday have a station where there's 3 or 4 of these drills, and they're set up to just do one particular function. And the only weird thing about this so far, and I'll show you this when I drill something, but you know, there's no spring-loaded mechanism that's going to bring the drill head back up. You got to crank it down and crank it back up. So, but other than that, 2 mag drills. First one has a 1/2-inch Forstner bit in it. Hopefully you can see that. And the second one has permanently installed in it, at least for now, a countersink bit. So I like having a countersink. I don't like running around and changing these things. And when I have a lot of different people at my wood shop for mission boards, different guys are doing different things, and I don't want to have to change things out. So I think this is a good solution, and we'll keep trying it out and see how it works. So this one doesn't have any jigs underneath it. There's really no reason to. You could just kind of center this, and to some degree it becomes self-centering. And I'll show you that when we try to countersink a couple holes here. And then I still have the old cheap, I think it costs $100 to buy this back in the day, Ryobi drill press. I always think it seems a little bit underpowered, but it has some nice features. And I have it set up with a 1-inch Forstner bit. It might be 1 1/8-inch Forstner bit. And we use that to drill the thumb holes in our small cutting boards. So that's the bench at this point. And I'm going to go ahead and make some handles for our metal bladed pizza peels. So let me show you this. This is one of the blanks that I glued up. And if you can see that, I already cut this saw curve in it that will hold the metal pizza peel. I did that on the bandsaw. And I've drawn out the pattern that I want to saw. So I'll take this over to the bandsaw now, and I'll cut out that shape, and then we'll sand it back down to the line. We'll make sure that when it's done, it fits in this jig, and then we'll go ahead and drill some holes in it, or a hole in it. Okay. All right, so I'm over at the smaller bandsaw, the one that we use to make the curve cuts. This bandsaw, I think, has a 1/4 inch or 3/8, maybe a 3/8 inch blade in it. I keep waiting for the thing to break because I want to put a slightly smaller one in that will make a little bit tighter curves, but I'm probably not changing it out until it does break. So I'm going to go ahead and saw this out. I got the dust collector running, and we'll get this cut, and then we'll move on from there. All right, so we got this blank kind of roughed out. I'm going to take it over to the sander, and we'll sand it back down to the line, try to be exact on the sander, more exact than I can be cutting it on the bandsaw. So we'll do that next. And I really do go a lot by how it feels as much as how it looks. I mean, sometimes you can see defects that you can't feel, but mostly you feel them before you see them. So it looks pretty good, but the real test is to take it over to my drilling jig, because I also use this to size the handles. If it doesn't fit back in this slot, then it needs to be downsized still a little bit. And this one is very close. If you can see that, it's very close to fitting, but I need to sand it just a little bit because it needs to go back about an eighth of an inch more. So I'm going to just take it back to the sander and take a hair more off the radius of the top of the handle. And now, hopefully you can see that, but it fits tightly into the jig. Fits within the sides. The back is touching, so I know that it's centered. And I'm going to go ahead and drill this half-inch hole down through it. I don't know if I mentioned this, but there's a lot of different ways that people that have drill tables, or even if you're using a conventional drill press and you put a wooden board on top of it, of course you're always drilling into the top of your table. So some people make tables that have like a piece in the middle that can be pulled out and replaced when that piece wears out. I just try to do things the most easy and efficient way. So I just left a relief under here where I could just slip in pieces of 1/4 inch Lawan plywood. And in my mind, I can move this all around. I can rotate it. I can do all kind of things. I could then cut it off and slide it up in again. So this, in my mind, is the easiest, simplest way to have a backer board that's going to take some damage when I drill down through there. And it also helps to have a fresh board without a recess in it so that you don't splinter out the back. So that's why I did it this way, and I still think that's the most efficient way to do it. It's the simplest to deal with in the long run. So I'm going to go ahead and drill this hole and show you how well this thing works. So again, we'll turn the magnet on, we'll start the motor. Now simply just crank this down. Very close to coming through. Not quite through yet. I shouldn't have stopped. I didn't know. Nice thing about this is you always get back to the exact same spot. And there you have it. It's pretty well done. Hole centered on there. And then the next thing I would do is to take it over to the countersink bit. And let me show you that. So here I can countersink this. I want these holes to have a nice softer look, and there's always some little splinters from little microscopic splinters from starting into the hole or coming through the other side. So I can just come to the countersink station, again turn the magnet on, turn the drill on. And I just have the slightest little countersink on these. Just a slight little countersink, and it just kind of rounds that edge over. and a little bit of sanding and some routing, and this will be ready to go. So that's the drill station. Like I said, so far it's working well. We'll see how it does in a couple months. And if it continues to do well, I think that I'll expand it and get another Vever drill or two and maybe get rid of the little Ryobi. But I'm happy with it so far. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna make some more videos soon. Sorry it took so long to do this one, but I was kind of under the weather a little bit. I had a bad sinusitis, and so just couldn't breathe, had headaches, all those fun things that come with sinus infections. But I'm feeling a lot better now and get back to making videos. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day.